I love the roundness. I love that there's, you know, we really seem like we're sitting around a table.
We literally are sitting around a table.
It's like we're because we are.
Reality. This is real. We are here.
We are literally sitting around a table. That's what this is.
What we talking about?
So let's kick it. Kick it, 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 kick it.
Well, in any case, you know, we're going to talk about some stories from our childhood.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
All right. So, what is a crazy childhood story that you have, Marcus? I know you have some.
I have a few. I mean, nothing like I mean, I do have crazy ones, but I mean, I have funny ones. Well, maybe funny in hindsight now, but at the time it was awful.
Funny.
You know, like the time when you and me went biking that one time on the street. And
That one time.
That one time.
I felt so bad, but go ahead.
But no, so yeah, I was riding my bike, and what's it called? Like, we were both riding our bikes down the street, right? And I'm going, and I don't know what happened. I don't know what really happened, but you're behind me, I'm in front.
So my back wheel hit my front wheel hit your back wheel. And your bike went this way, and you went that way.
Pretty much. Like, something happened to where it stopped all of a sudden. Yeah, the bike went that way. I went over there. I tumbled all over the place.
Oh, is that when you ran to the house?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh my God.
So that happened.
So essentially, yeah, I'm in the street. You know, both my elbow and my knee are like scuffed to like the white meat or
That's
whatever.
the first time I've ever seen that too.
Yeah.
In person.
Yeah, I like kind of jumped around like, oh, that hurt. But I mean, I kind of just looked at my knee like, what is that bone? What is that? You know, because it's like, I've never seen that part of, I've seen the red. I've never seen white before.
Right.
You know.
How old were we?
No, not Marcus. Maya ran to the house.
Maya ran to the house.
Marcus is in the street. Yeah, I mean,
Not the best wording.
Yeah.
No.
Marcus is in the street. Laid out in the street.
Up,
Yeah, I'm
Dad's
thinking.
running down the street barefoot in his loungewear.
I'm thinking he done got hit by a car or something.
Yeah, not the best.
That was terrible.
Not the best wording.
Oh my goodness.
I
Yeah,
felt
that's
so
right.
bad.
Oh.
It's crazy that y'all have, because bike stories, I mean, we got a bunch of bike
Yeah,
stories.
we do.
Me and your Uncle Jason did the same exact thing. I don't know who it was. Pedal got stuck in a tire, and all I remember is us looking at each other. We were looking at each other mid-air going over the handlebars.
Just going slow motion.
At that moment, they knew.
They knew.
The
Yeah,
bikes
they
just
tried to go down.
stopped. They stopped on a dime, and both of us went over the handlebars.
So nothing happened to you?
I was fine.
Yeah, of course.
I was okay.
Wow.
And we literally maybe got like just down the street.
Right.
We didn't even go far. We were ready to have an adventure.
We were just literally around the corner.
Yeah. Well, Mom, you have a bike story.
I had a bike story too. I was
Ah.
riding, you know, when I was younger. I was probably like maybe 11, 12, 10, 11, 12, something like that. And we were riding bikes, you know, on our sidewalk. And one of my friends kind of cut me off. You know, not intentionally, obviously, but I stopped short.
You sure?
Moira Callahan. So she cut me off, and I flew. Same thing, flew over the handlebars. I had a cracked tooth. My knee was messed up, and until this day, I mean, now my tooth is better.
Face?
I fell on my face.
Ooh.
So I had a lip out to here. My lips are already big, but they were bigger. And like I said, chipped tooth, the whole 9 yards. I had so much work done on my tooth.
I know your
from
father
that.
flipped.
My father, I think he threw the bike like out.
Yeah, 'cause he didn't like y'all getting marks for getting hurt.
He
Yeah,
was
that tracks.
upset. Oh my good. Yeah, like I still have, you know, some like little scars from it still. But yeah, it was a bad accident.
Yeah, that sounds like it hurts a lot.
It really hurt. Accidents as a child, I think it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Definitely.
It's just gonna happen, and you know, as kids, you bounce back.
Oh yeah.
That's true.
You can do that, you know. We were just talking about this the other day. As a kid,
please.
you can plop on the floor, fall down,
Oh, yeah.
just jump up in the air and fall on the floor.
Right.
Man, if I hit the dick right now in the grass,
In the grass.
I'd be out for about 2 weeks. If I just like fell down,
Right.
or like you know how you fall back to do a snowman, you know, you
Oh,
fall
yeah.
back and do it. Man, I do that. I probably break my spine right now if I did that. I couldn't even do that.
Dude, I sleep weird. I wake
Exactly.
up. I wake up and for a few days. I'm like, ah.
Yeah, you have pains, you don't know what happened.
Sore neck for like a day or two.
Yeah.
It's
Sleep
like-
wrong on the pillow.
Right.
And as a kid, I'd be laid out just like, ah.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
you'd be splayed out like Picasso.
Yeah,
you
Marcus.
know?
Yeah, he's
Yeah, you could fall, jump, run, bounce around, jump on stuff.
Fall on
but-
your head.
I fell on the ice the other
Oh, yeah,
day.
you did.
Ooh.
Yo,
Man,
you
it felt
did.
like my whole spine just compacted.
Yeah, you was messed up about 3 days, 4 days. Man.
It was bad.
Oh,
man.
the-
One of the luxuries of being a kid.
I'm
man.
serious, man.
Yeah, one of my most memorable stories had to do with a field day.
We've heard that story about.
Yeah,
the
we've.
field day.
Yeah, we should. Yeah,
It
let's
is-
talk
it's
about the field day
hilarious.
story.
You know what?
It's a classic
Let's hear
story.
So, what was it, about 3rd, 4th grade? No, about 3rd grade. We used to
What
have.
class were you in? Let's paint this picture.
Oh man,
Wow.
I don't know. Was it Miss Gwen's class? I don't know. It was about maybe 3rd grade. It was at Northwest in Amityville. We used to have what we call field day. Do y'all remember field day? Did y'all have field
Everybody
day?
has
Yeah, we had
Everybody had
field
field
day.
day.
Yeah.
Where the
That's
whole
still
day
the
you go out, they
colors
have
and
races,
all
Yes,
teams,
Yep,
and
yep.
all this.
That's
Just a
still a
whole
thing.
fun field day. Everybody look
Right.
forward to field day. So,
Yeah.
man.
And I bet you love field.
Oh my God, yeah.
Being the rambunctious
Yeah,
child
let me-
that you were.
So field day, right? So you going, obviously you go into class first, and then boom, it's time to go out in the
Right.
morning, whatever. And they letting us out to go into the field to go to
Yeah.
field day, and
Yeah.
I'm running.
Field day.
Excited.
I'm
running.
running, you know, excited. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's running, yay, whatever. Me, you know, I'm gonna call myself doing a cartwheel, you know, you're just happy.
Right, yeah.
I went down,
Excited.
did my little cartwheel, perfect form, because you know my cartwheels was on point.
Yep.
Sure.
Were.
Yeah, okay.
Challenge. But no, I can't do no cartwheel now. There's no challenge.
No one challenged him.
I went and did the cartwheel, right? And I came up, and I noticed my hand felt wet. So, and then, you know, I started running again. I stopped, and I looked, blood everywhere. I had went down on a piece of broken glass
Man.
in the field, and I cut myself. I still got the scar right here. Cut my hand like wide open.
Let me see.
You see the scar right
Oh, I
there.
see it. Yep.
So of course, you know, I'm like, oh, I'm freaking out, blood everywhere.
Dang.
Teacher, you know, took me to.
Right.
Now this is the first like 15 minutes of field day in the
Wasn't
morning.
even 15 minutes.
It made 10 minutes, right? So they take me to the nurse's office, of course. So I'm in there. They wrap it up. They call my mom. I had to go get stitches. But the thing was, I'm sitting in there in the nurse's office, and her office window went right out to the field. So as I'm waiting for my mom to come, I'm sitting there,
Seeing
and
all the
I'm
activity.
seeing all the act. I'm hearing it. You know, she got the window open. I don't know what month it is.
Straight up like that SpongeBob meme. You just
Right, what's-
quivered right now.
Right, you squibbered inside.
Man, I was devastated. So I went, and then I had to get stitches.
Yeah.
You know, and I hated needles. They had to stick a needle.
I
They had to stick a
I
needle in
feel
there.
a sense of trolling.
No.
Yeah, yeah.
No, I feel for you.
The best part of it was because I went home.
Right, you went home.
And I was watching cartoons, and Mom made me like an egg salad sandwich.
Oh,
so I was,
okay,
I was
okay,
chilling.
okay, all
But at the
right.
time, sitting in there watching everybody playing.
Yeah, but there was
That's rough.
another
That was
field day the
traumatizing.
next year.
Yeah, but that's not.
I
good.
know.
I know, but
it's
yeah,
not
but
the same.
you wanted that day.
So my childhood stories, you know, with the accident, you know, there's other
Right.
childhood stories. But you know, I just remember, you know, having fun during my
Right,
childhood
right, yeah.
a lot of the times.
Yeah.
You know, not like I was thinking about this. So I was thinking about, did I get spankings as a child? You know, childhood stories about that. I really didn't too much. I don't remember getting spanked too much. I remember a couple of incidents where that happened, and I thought my world was coming to an end. Like, you know,
Yeah, total opposite of my world.
like, you know, the heavy,
Yeah,
you know,
right,
crying
right.
and all that.
The cry,
Yeah.
the cry, so you get the pause.
Right,
you know,
exactly,
You can't
exactly.
breathe. And you know,
Yeah.
yeah.
Right. I remember that with the kids, with Marcus and Maya. Like you live through their stories now. You know, like the things that
yeah,
they
yeah,
did.
yeah.
Like
Yeah,
I
yeah, yeah.
remember that.
I get that.
You know, vivid. You know, and one of the stories that I knew when we were talking about childhood stories that I had to bring up was the time when Maya left the. Well, no, you know what? I'm gonna let Jeremiah tell the
we
story
go.
because I think it's more.
Yeah, it's
you know,
more, yeah.
Yeah, or Maya, you can share about this.
Yeah, maybe
story.
give your side of the story.
Yeah, give your.
I mean,
side.
not that it's gonna make
Tell
it look
from
any
your-
better, but
tell it from your perspective.
All right, so my perspective, I'm sure y'all will agree. So I used to be late for the bus, like more often.
I thought that was
like,
already the start. It's just like, so I missed the
Wrong.
bus
Right.
Yeah.
a few
I
times.
thought that was only in a dream.
telling a story. So I didn't want to miss the bus this one time, and I would usually wait, in front of the door at this particular time in like middle school.
That's the other thing.
So
these kids got door-to-door service.
The bus used to stop right in front of the house.
Right in front of
they
the
didn't
house.
have to go down to the bus stop to catch a bus.
We had to go blocks.
Yeah.
oh my
blocks
God,
to
you
catch a
sound
bus.
old. Can I finish the story?
Yes, go ahead. Just say.
I mean, I liked it. I never missed the bus.
But anyway.
Anyway, so I would wait for the bus, and then this one particular time, there was the neighbor's dog who came up to the door, and the bus was like coming up. It was right there. So I was like, oh man, they're gonna be mad if I miss this bus. But the dog came inside. And I'm like,
inside what?
Inside the house.
Okay.
So the dog came inside the house, and I'm like, they're gonna be mad at me if I miss this bus, and I don't have time to shoo the dog away. The dog wasn't going anywhere. So I went out the door, because I didn't want to be late. So I left, and I closed the door, and I didn't have time to shoo the dog away, so the dog was in the house. And yeah, Dad was still here. And this wasn't a big dog, it was like a medium-sized fluffy dog.
It wasn't a big dog.
It wasn't a big dog, just a dog with teeth.
Everything has teeth.
So this is what happened.
Well,
Whatever.
Just stop.
So like Maya said, she was going to, to get on the bus. And I'm upstairs, I'm in the office, right? So, I'm sitting there on the computer or whatever, and and I know that Maya's downstairs waiting for the bus. So, I'm doing my thing. I hear Maya leave. I don't know if she said bye, Dad. She might have said bye, Dad, whatever. Bye, Maya, whatever.
Bye, Dad. Nothing else to tell you.
And I could see, and I could, see her. I'm looking out the window, always look. She ran, got on the bus, right? So I'm doing my thing.
What? Do your thing.
Yeah, and I hear nails, coming up the stairs. You know how you hear a dog on concrete or whatever. I hear coming up the stairs. Now I have no idea nothing. I just heard the door close. Maya hit the bus. So I hear coming up the stairs, coming up the steps. I get up out the chair. I look, and there's a medium-sized dog
But it was
upstairs.
Fluffy.
It was fluffy.
It was fluffy.
Yeah.
It was fluffy.
I'm like, what in the hell? How did this dog get in the house? And he's wagging his tail, so I'm like, so I'm like, how did you get in the house?
Because
I know
the
Maya
door was closed.
Well, so I go downstairs to look. I look at the front door's closed. I go to the back door's closed. I'm like, I go to the screen, in the family room.
check every
I'm like,
possible
Right,
entry point.
right.
how in the hell did this dog get in the
Basement
house?
window.
So, I'm like, yo, you got to get up out of here. I'm glad it wasn't like
wasn't
a
no
vicious
problems?
dog. Yeah, with no problems. So I let
I
him
knew
out.
that there wouldn't be.
Oh,
No, you
man.
didn't. Nowhere in my mind did I think about Maya letting this dog in the house and leaving. And not saying, Dad,
Shutting the door and
there's a dog in the house.
There's a dog in the house.
There's a dog in the
There was
house.
no time.
So all day long, I'm like puzzled until Maya did, then I was, Maya's telltale sign.
Yeah.
I'm like, Maya, did you see a dog coming up the driveway or anything when you? I'm like, then she told her side of the story. I'm like, I couldn't believe it.
Hey, you know what? There was no time.
There was no time.
And the dog looked
You
friendly
couldn't
enough.
have.
That
you
was.
Dad. All you had to do was say Dad.
There was
Dad.
no time.
I would have got up, came
I would
down.
have missed the bus if I did that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Excuses,
Yeah,
excuses.
that to me is.
That was like
I
one of the
mean,
ultimates.
That was one of the ultimates.
Yeah,
And
Maya-isms.
my-isms.
Yeah.
Now this is a thing?
Yep.
All right.
Oh, yeah. Oh, totally a thing.
That is kind of a Maya-ism.
Absolutely.
I guess I'll take it.
have to.
But switching gears, something a little less,
Yeah.
We got our fact, Black History fact.
Oh yeah, that's right. We do got that.
Yes, kicking it with black excellence.
Black excellence. What's the hashtag? What's the hashtag again?
Hashtag LKIWTJ.
All right.
Check that.
All right.
Kicking it with black X.
In case, and the person we want to highlight today, his name is Gordon Parks. Now, Gordon Parks was a very prolific photographer, filmmaker, musician. He did a lot in his
Oh, wow.
he composed stuff too. He did a lot of different stuff. And what's cool about him is, so he was born in 1912, right? And he was the youngest, 1912. The youngest of 15 kids. He struck out on his own when he was 15 years old. Yeah, that was the part that was like granddad, right?
Yeah.
Like granddad.
Yeah, and he worked a bunch of different jobs, sort of like coming up. One job was actually involved him being at a brothel, which is crazy enough.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, right.
What did he do there?
He has hands in a lot of different pots.
Right, a lot of
exactly.
different pots, right?
Right.
In any case, so around 25 is when he actually got into photography, right?
Really?
He bought a camera. It cost back then, it was what was it? $7.50.
Oh wow.
Crazy, right?
Wow.
So he actually worked with the Farm Security Administration, and he would take pictures of like working class families, predominantly black working class families, and that's how he got his start in a lot of like civil rights movements and stuff like that, making portraits for people like Malcolm X and stuff like that. So he was a very prolific photographer profiler, right?
Okay.
And one of his most famous pieces was American Gothic. It's a woman with a broom, sort of behind like an American flag, right? And a lot of the photography that he would do would highlight sort of the black struggle, you know, in the 40s and the 50s and all that other stuff. So he was very prolific in that end. And also one of the coolest things about him, he was one of the first, or probably the first, like major black film directors, right? In the 50s, he would be like a consultant and stuff like that. But he actually directed a very well-known film, Shaft, 1971, Richard Roundtree.
Right. Okay.
So that was so like, you know, tying in the filmmaker aspect of it. So, you know, between being a prolific photographer, filmmaker, composer, and all that. He passed away in 2006, you know, died at the age of 93. Lived a long,
He lived
you know.
a long time. I didn't realize he was born in 1912.
I know.
That's crazy.
Born Parks, man.
Wow.
You know, crazy
That's
story.
great. Yeah, that is so dope.
Awesome.
You know, like Maya said in the previous episode, we're trying to just highlight people that may not be as prolific as a lot of other sort of like black figures, but you know, but we make a lot of history. You know
Oh
what
my
I'm saying?
goodness. We create so much.
Yeah.
Should make sure to share your stories for our hashtag, our campaign. Let's Kick It with Black Excellence. Share people's stories. We want to hear from you guys.
Absolutely.
Thank you guys.